All right, welcome back. Now, here's another example here. Now, in this example, they give us the second term and they give us the fifth term. And they want us to find, now these are terms of a geometric sequence, so they're telling us that these are terms of a geometric sequence. And we want to know, we want to find R, A sub 1, and A sub n. Okay? Now, the way you would solve this one, because they don't give you the first term, they don't give you two consecutive terms, so we're going to use the nth term formula and we're going to try to solve. Okay? So in this case here, if we take A sub 2, well, A sub 2 is equal to A sub 1 times R to the what? 2 minus 1, which is equal to A sub 1 R. Okay? And so if we do this, then we know that 80 is going to equal to A sub 1 R. Now if we take A sub 5, right? So A sub 5 is equal to A sub 1 times R to the what? Fourth. And so we know A sub 5 is equal to 40.96. Now, at this point, we can do substitution, right? Because we've got this equation here. We can solve this in terms of, we could solve this for A sub 1, right? So this here will give us A sub 1 is equal to 80 over R, right? And so if we do this, then we could substitute this in for A1. So the second equation here will become 40.96 equals 80 over R, times R to the fourth. Well, the R down here in the denominator is going to cancel with one of the R's here, right? Because this is going to equal, we could rewrite this and say this is the same as 80 times R to the fourth divided by R, which is going to give us 80 R to the third using the property of exponents. And now if we divide both sides by 80, right? So if we divide both sides by 80, we get 40.96 divided by 80, right? Equals R cubed. And if we take our calculator, and let's see what we get here. All right, give me 1 second. Oh, I gotta get a calculator here, hold on. Okay, so we got 40 0.96 divided by 80 equals that. And then I'm going to take the cube root of both sides. All right, and so when we do that, we get 0.8. Yep, 0.8. Let me see here. Yep, just double check. Yep, so 0.8. So we get this, and if we take the cube root of both sides, so that would be R equals 40.96 over 80. We can raise that to the 1/3 power or the cube root, same thing. And this is going to give us 0.8. So R is 0.8. All right, so that's first part. Now we want to get a sub 1. Let's get the first term. Now that we know that R is 0.8, now we could just take the first one here, and we know that a sub 1 is going to be 80 divided by R, which is going to be what? 80 divided by 0.8, okay? Which is the same thing as 800 divided by 8, which is going to be equal to 100. So the first term is 100. So A1 is equal to 100, right? So now we got A1, right? So we got A1 is equal to 100. We got R, oops. R is equal to 0.8. And then a sub n, the nth term, now we can put this together and we know that the nth term is just going to be what? It's going to be A1, which is 100. So 100 times 0.8 raised to the n minus 1 term, or the n minus 1 power. All right, sorry about that. Had to pull up my calculator.